You've heard the movie The Longest Yard, the longest minute, the longest. I call to order the City of Columbiana City Council meeting on this February 21st, 2023. I would like to have Deanne give the invocation, and then John Rhodes will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Lord, we acknowledge your presence among us tonight. We know you're always with us. We pray for your guidance during this meeting. Give us the wisdom to work in the best interest of everyone in our community. In your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible.
Yeah, you call the roll?
Becker,
Here.
Souter,
Here.
McBain,
Here.
Liston,
Here.
DiTilio,
Here.
Banner, Noel,
Here.
Willard,
Here.
Hudson,
Here.
Thank you. You all received a copy of the February 7th, 2023 City of Columbiana City Council minutes. Are there any questions or changes requested for those minutes? Hearing none, they will be adopted as submitted. Next, under reading of communication, I've asked Joyce Alcorn to come forward. She's going to read something to us. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm here on behalf of the American Legion Post 290 Auxiliary. We do this every year regarding Puppy Days. Dear Mayor Knoll, Mayor Rick Knoll, members of council and city manager Lance Miller. The Ladies Auxiliary Unit of Benjamin Firestone Post 290 of Columbiana is requesting permission for the annual Puppy Days to be conducted on Friday, May 26th and Saturday, May 27th, 2023. National Puppy Day is celebrated on May 26th. We will be contacting the various locations in Columbiana that have been so kind in the past to permit us to distribute the puppies to assure we have their approval again this year. We do not sell the puppies, but accept contributions to be used by local units to aid veterans in need, their families, and veterans in hospitals throughout the state. All proceeds are channeled to veteran rehabilitation, children, and youth work. The red crepe paper flower was adopted as the memorial flower in 1920 to symbolize the sacrifices of American servicemen and women in every war. Throughout the year, disabled and hospitalized veterans make the poppies in hospitals and convalescent workshops maintained by the auxiliary. We respectfully request your permission to continue this important tradition in our town. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me at 330-482-3403. Sincerely yours, Joyce A. Alcorn. I know Mr. Liston is a veteran. Do we have other veterans? If not, thank you for your service to our country, and thank all of you for service for our community.
We have,
Thank you.
we have 3 sons of American Legion. right
Oh,
here.
yes, we have sons of American Legion right here. Excuse me.
Better than calling you at that phone number, you could ask her a question standing right here in our presence.
Yes. Any questions? I'm right here.
And that's 102 years. I love the fact that you have, I think I got my math right. 20, right? You said 1920, so the 103, 103 years.
That they've been doing.
Since
that the poppy
so
was
it's a
officially
tremendous
adopted.
American, tradition. I think it's great. And we will, any questions, Joyce? Okay, and we'll be voting on it shortly. Thank you. Next, we have the section on reports of commissions and board. And you have received a copy of the February 14th, 2023 Planning Commission meeting minutes. Are there any questions or comments on those minutes? Hearing none, they'll be adopted as submitted. We have no one that's asked to be recognized this evening, so I'll turn to the manager's report and I'll turn that over to Lynn Forward.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Since the last meeting, 2 weeks ago, we just want to thank all of our police force for going over to East Palestine. We continue to, we have officers there following the monitoring groups. So there's actually groups of people that are going into the houses, first, second, third floor. And they called us shortly after the last meeting to see if we could staff that. So thanks, Chief, for getting that together. I know you had some officers lining that up. And pretty sure they've been doing it pretty much 7 days a week since they asked us. So, you know, again, thanks to all of our staff for doing that, you know, taking out time out of their weekend to go over there and help the people over there. We are in regular contact with East Palestine. I contact Tracy Spratt periodically, and if they need anything, they call us. So I just wanted you to be assured that we are offering our support. And if they do need anything, other resources, sometimes we don't know what we don't know. So we ask if they need anything, and they say they're good for now, but they do thank us for all the safety forces. We were getting, because of the national exposure last week, we were getting many calls about the safety of our water. In your packet, you have that PSA that we put out on our website last week. And we did get those samples back today, and they were all below detectable limit. So it was, so what you do is you take this sample of the water, and we have, I think it's 9 wells or 11 wells, and then send it to the lab, and you just put, you know, that particular test, the VOC. Everybody is familiar with that, and then they send back the results, and they list all the ones that they tested for. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but that's, we do take the samples, and it was, you know, it was all safe. We also tested for something else that they asked us for, or the lab suggested that we test for. So we did that, and we're good, and we'll probably, you know, maybe, I'm not exactly sure when we'll do it again, but we'll probably do it again. Okay, moving on. AMP is working on a grant to special electric meters within our system. So we have about 3,200 electric meters. And since I've been working for local government, I've never seen a grant for AMP community members, or, you know, for the communities themselves. So we're very excited that they kind of made it through the first round. This grant is going to be given or applied through Department of Energy, and it would allow us to get like 50% grant on these smart meters, and also dependability. It'll increase dependability of the electric grid. So we've been on several meetings throughout the last couple weeks, and we're going to bring you a letter of support next week. Next meeting, I believe it's March 7th. Just to have you, or did we do that? Did we get that on there? We did get it on there.
Got to turn that off.
That was AMP, Colin.
Check fine.
Yeah, I'm checking mine now.
So actually, we did find out soon enough, we did get it on the agenda. So there's a motion to participate in the AMP
grant. And we have to get the letter signed and created to them before March 7th. And the more letters that communities get, the better, we think.
Do you know enough about this to explain why these will strengthen our grid?
That will be in the grant application that they're helping us with. But I think it's dependability and yeah, I think it was like a 46-page grant that they're writing, so it's important to the Department of Energy to have our grid the best it can be, and this is gonna help us do that.
I just didn't understand how a meter could
Yeah.
solidify the grid.
Will this allow for people with solar cells and things like that to feed back into our system and reduce the rate?
Yeah, we've had that since 2014 here,
Okay.
and we do have some.
I know we
in town.
discussed it at one point and the answer was, we didn't allow that at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, so I believe 2014 is when we adopted that.
Okay.
So we do have several businesses in town.
Yeah,
and-
I've
and
seen
some
solar
residents.
cells all around.
Yeah.
No windmills up.
Yep. Yeah, so they do, we do have that technology and the system to, reduce their electric bill.
Yeah.
And we do
Okay.
buy that back. And that rate is on our website. Since last meeting, we received confirmation that the grant that Chief Myers applied for body cams, the grant was awarded, and that was for the Department of Safety. So over the last year, you've heard multiple departments say body cams, and you're like, hey, have you done that? Well, yes, we have. We just didn't make it those rounds. So we just continue to do that and either resubmit or just wait. And we did get that, and I appreciate the chief, his work on that. And I know that, with body cams become, now you have other policies, but we wrote those policies a few years ago, we've been expecting this for many years. So I don't think it'll be, a hard transition because everybody knows about it. So, dispatching for Leetonia is still going well. The lift station behind, the old lakefront golf course, we're designing it right now, and we just sent those plans into the EPA. And we actually met with the wastewater department, water department, and electric department to make sure we were all on the same page. I thought it was going to be a half-hour meeting. There were 1.5 meetings for the wastewater and an 1.5 for the water treatment, just to make sure that we get that right. And it was very beneficial to have that meeting. So the lift station will be very close to Route 46. So if you go past Factory 46 and right before the guardrail, as you're almost going out of town, it'll be down in there, and that's where the pull off will be. Then we'll run a new force main up all the way up, replacing the old one, and a new gravity line that will get rid of the lift station at the car wash. Let's see, RCAP is coming this week to meet our progress committee. We typically have one meeting a month. We've fallen behind there, but typically they're on Wednesdays, but our schedules worked out that Thursday they're coming. They have found a potential grant that we may be interested in, and we're going to have a brainstorming session to see if we can first we have to anticipate what the grant requirements are going to be, since they're not out yet, but they're going to fill us in on that, and we'll move forward. We're also going to talk a lot about the entrepreneur class going to Carnegie, March 14th. So we're going to talk about that project too.
Get the younger class?
Yes, at the last chamber meeting, I believe it was seventh and eighth or eighth grade class. Eighth grade class came in and did a presentation. It was so impressive. Skip and I looked at each other and said, hey, let's get them to go along. So they're doing, they're taking bottle caps, like the top of this bottle cap there, or your Coca-Cola bottle cap, and they collect 300 pounds, is it?
Something like
I think it's 300 pounds. And they met, what, 50% of their goal? And they're going to take all these bottle caps and they're gonna drive them a state away. We might send them back with your brother, Mayor, but, you take them to this place and then they give you a bench, and those students are doing that. So it's really nice to see more youth engagement, and they're getting involved in the chamber. So we invited them to go along with the entrepreneur class over there, and they're gonna go. So it should be a neat experience for them. The presentation's gonna be about an hour and a half total. We'll be over there for about an hour and a half. That's about it. And it's only gonna be people from Columbiana talking to the 4 other communities. Oh, let's see here. Oh, we did send a test message out for the public safety alert system. And we then asked people to share that link, and everybody shared it. So that's pretty cool. I think we had about 350 members or people had already signed up. And I think the last I checked, which was Monday, was 550. So we got about 200. So, continue to share that if you can. Pretty easy form to fill out. We created a committee, a TIP review committee. They met already, and they've recommended placing a resolution, appealing one resolution, and then we're going to pass another resolution tonight. So that's on the agenda. And I believe they want to have a meeting soon, like Thursday or Friday. So maybe before you leave, tell me your availability. It might help. We'll go from there. We did advertise in the paper, I believe, AMP, electric linemen and wastewater operators. The water distribution, there were some internal applicants already that were interested in. We're reviewing those now. So I think that's everything I had, Mayor.
Thank you. I was just thinking when you gave that report, I just went on and signed up for that announcement system we have.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think it's really good. I was wondering if maybe John could maybe work with the students out there, maybe do a little communication so that the young people have that on their phone, because they're real, people who use their phone a lot, if they want to know if there's a tornado warning or and I think not a lot of people know that service is on there. You say we have 500.
Yeah.
Well, we've got how many residents? I mean,
A few more.
yeah,
And they can also convince their parents ought to have it on their phones.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
yeah. That may be something maybe we could talk about. I think it might be really cool to, try to get the word out. Maybe even help us figure out how to get the word out, because it's a really nice system to be able to know what's, happening.
Yeah, because I think of the last system we had 1,200 users, if I'm not mistaken. So we got to get there.
And it's probably a little bit more accurate than Columbiana Talk.
I,
Really?
You think so? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to say
Yeah,
that.
I will say that this system has been making its rounds on Columbiana Talk the last couple of weeks. So,
Oh, has it?
yeah, it comes up a couple, 3 times.
So people are saying, sign up
Yeah.
for it.
well,
Yeah,
it,
so-
it, a lot of times what people are saying is Columbia ought to have something like this. And someone comes back and says it already exists.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to this system for the new stormwater projects. So when we go down in Ray and Beverly, we're going to be able to ask all those people to sign up for this, and then we'll be able to communicate with them directly.
Yeah.
And because it is, we can just put a circle around that, street, and only those people within that circle will get a notification, so. It'll be good.
Very good. Any other questions? Um, the mayor's court report of January 2023 is in your packet. Take a look at that. Any questions on that report? As well as we have the bill list, which is available, the bill list of February 21st, 23. Any questions on the bill list? No questions on that. Okay. Well, I'd like to entertain a motion to read all ordinances and resolutions by title only.
So moved. Second.
Yami, color roll.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Okay, old business. We have one ordinance. Ordinance number 23-0-3157, second reading. An ordinance setting rates for renting the Firestone swimming pool and the VIP lounge area and repealing any other ordinance or resolution in conflict herewith, outlining rental fees and policies.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Dan?
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
New business. First motion. Motion to approve the request from the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 290 requesting permission to hold the annual Poppy Days in the city on Friday, May 26th and Saturday, May 27th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? Deanne? Call the roll.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
Thank you, Joyce. Motion to participate with AMP in the Department of Energy grant application.
So moved.
Second.
Dan?
Liston,
Yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes. Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Resolution number 23-R-617, first reading. Motion to repeal a certain resolution duly passed by City Council of the City of Columbiana, providing authorization for the city manager to sign a certain development agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Yami, call the roll.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Resolution number 23-R-618, first reading. A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a certain development agreement with APL Properties LLC regarding development of certain land within the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
So I do have a comment on this one, actually. It's fine for the first reading, but we got educated on the development agreement last week. And I think for the second reading, I would prefer that we don't have that until after we've got the development agreement completed.
so that we can actually vote on the agreement and understand what's in it. Because there's a lot in here, and some of it was a surprise to me when Mark was explaining it to us. Some of it was typos and stuff, but I think it would be better for the second reading to not hold it until the development agreement is completed.
Well, the manager doesn't have to sign it until.
I'm just saying that with some of the stuff that was in there was kind of
Yeah.
eye-opening to me, so I thought it would be just a suggestion, we can decide on it at the next meeting. If where we're at and how we're doing, but that's just my thought is I would rather vote on the completed development agreement with second reading. So it's not something we have to decide today, but I'm just.
Yeah,
throwing it out
I tend to agree, but that's something that at the second reading, if we don't think we have the information, we can always delay it.
Yeah, we can always table it then, so
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there as a thought. For today, it's fine.
Yeah.
But at least you're raising a concern about
Yeah.
it, and that's where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to surprise anybody at the next meeting with that idea. I'd rather, voice it now.
When does it expect to be ready? We may be ready by the next meeting. The whole idea of this being not an emergency was so we didn't present something to you that would look like, okay, it's a done deal, just, give us the approval and away we go. We want, I want, and so does Lance, wants all of you to understand this development agreement. I mean, it's a big project. It's a long-term project. It's an ambitious project for the developer. I think we owe it to everybody that we understand it as well as we can. So I don't disagree with Dan, but I'm hopeful that our committee will have met prior to the next council meeting.
Okay, very good.
Dennis, can I get a copy of that?
Okay, been motion second. DM, you call the roll?
Becker,
Wait, who seconded that?
the second
There-
was.
I didn't hear a second one.
Liston second.
You did? Okay.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes,
Liston,
Yes.
Attilio,
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-0-3158, first reading. An ordinance amending ordinance number 22-0-3114, establishing rates of pay for part-time employees of the Firestone Pool for the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
No second. Any questions or comments?
this is basically to put them at the Ohio required minimum wage.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, motion second. Any other questions? Good comment. Thank you. Dick. Jamie, call the roll?
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes,
Liston,
Yes.
Attilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-0-3159, first reading. An ordinance establishing a wage schedule for certain full-time and part-time employees of the city of Columbiana.
So
so
moved.
moved.
Second.
Motion. Paying motion. Okay, any questions or comments on that motion? DM, call the roll?
McBain,
Yes,
Liston,
Yes.
Attilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-0-3160, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the city manager of the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments on that motion? Yami, call the roll?
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
I don't know. I guess yes.
Abstain, Dick.
That's his first clown attempt this year.
Ordinance number 23-0-3161, first reading. An ordinance setting our salary and establishing a position, and other conditions of employment for the chief of police of the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any questions or comments on that motion? Deanne?
Tilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter.
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Congratulations, chief. You still got a job.
Ordinance number 23-0-3162, first reading. An ordinance setting salaries and establishing positions and other conditions of employment for certain appointed personnel of the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Yami, call the roll.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-0-3163, first reading. An ordinance establishing positions and salaries for the officers and firemen of the city of Columbiana Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Deanne?
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Okay, we're anticipating going into executive session, so there won't be any actions taken after the executive session. Okay, that answers. So what we'll do at this point, as we do historically, is give an opportunity for anyone sitting out there. If you have any questions or comments or observations, now is your chance. Yes.
Are the full resolutions and ordinances available for the public to read online?
Online, but no, they're here.
They're
Yeah,
here,
they're here.
so if we want to read a resolution, we can read the entire.
They're not available until their second reading, everything's passed. That's true. They're not available, well, I'll let Lance answer.
I thought they were posted, they were available once they hit our agenda, right?
Yeah.
I think, I don't.
Once this.
This meeting.
First meeting. Okay, so if she wanted to read something we just voted on, it is available only on first reading. Yeah.
After the first reading.
After the first reading. Yeah, once it's been, once it's actually had its first reading, then it's available.
It's available here.
Yes.
It's not online.
Right.
Thank you.
Mhm. Good question, Joyce.
Well,
Thank you.
I was just curious about the
Well, that's good.
development.
No, very good.
that-
Very good. Good question. Any other comments? Okay, how about council comments this time?
Quite a while ago, we voted, the planning commission voted on a Wendy's coming into town, and I saw today they have moved some heavy equipment in. It looks like they're getting ready to start building that infrastructure today, or that building today.
Where is that going in at?
It's going to be just east of Dutch House
Village. Okay. I guess I had heard that, I didn't remember.
It has been a period of time since we, plan commission met on that. Any other questions, comments? Words of wisdom? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussion of the purchase of property, section 121.22 G2.
So moved.
Second,
Motion second. Yami, call roll.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Did he hear? Yep. Do I have a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Deanne, call roll.
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved. Meeting adjourned.